Hello, hello, hello. How are you? How are you? How are you? Welcome to BSc 358, Parasitology. This course is an examination, an introduction to the study of parasites. Parasites being anything that harms another organism and is not a bacteria or a virus. We're going to be focusing on eukaryotic organisms that also aren't fungi. Okay, fungi, that's a whole nother course. We can offer a course in mycology if you want to talk about that. What we're going to be looking at are primarily the protists, followed by the multicellular eukaryotic organisms that we find that infect humans and animals. We're not going to study plant parasites. For one, there's not that many that have been studied, so that would be a short course. Not saying there aren't any, but they're not very well studied. There's so many other viruses and bacteria and fungi that infect plants that the eukaryotic organisms kind of fall by the wayside. So what we're going to be looking at are the organisms that infect primarily humans. I know we'll talk in the course why we study humans more than anything else. Domesticated animals, and then wild animals. We're going to be looking at form and function. Okay, yeah, if you've ever had me for another course, you know my favorite saying is shape dictates function. So we're going to be looking at the different shapes that allow for different functioning, the different structures that are going to be associated with the different species of parasites. We're going to be looking at and examining the life cycles. Okay, turns out a lot of these parasites have highly complex life cycles that involve multiple hosts, ending at us humans. For some of them, we humans, we're in the middle. We're not even the host that the parasite wants to truly be in, but we're going to talk about them anyways. Now, this isn't a cell and molecular emphasis only course, okay? We're going to be studying the evolution. We're going to be just studying not only the evolution of the parasites, but their impact on the evolution of all other organisms. We're going to be looking at the epidemiology associated with many of these organisms. How is it? What's going on that allows these parasites to be passed host to host? How them being passed host to host also impacts societies, modern as well as developing, previous eras, how they were impacted by the same things. Now, whoa, went out of focus there for some reason. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen, let me fix this. There we go. Now, the textbook that I am going to be lecturing from is, got it right here, Foundations Parasitology, 9th edition. Okay, do not buy it. Okay, parasitology is a course that's on its way out. Most schools don't teach it. The textbook's hard to get, so you have to buy reprints or you have to buy used, and even then, they're quite expensive. So what I have done is I have found the 8th edition, which I've made copies for, and if you look below, you'll see a little blue button that says textbook. So I'm going to be lecturing from the 9th, but my lectures are going to be so in-depth, you can still use the 8th, which is on loan to you from me. We'll call it loan, all right? Here's how it's going to work with lectures. I have 2 series of lectures for this one course. One series are all on the process of being pre-recorded. Okay, you look down below, you'll see different topics. AP Complex cestodes. You click on that button, it takes you to that page for that parasite class. Remember, class, Linnaean class, not lecture class. Takes you to that group, and you will see that there's going to be a series of pre-recorded YouTube lectures. I have pre-recorded and in the process of pre-recording lectures based on that same textbook. Okay, they're going to be straight from the textbook. Boom, here's what they're talking about. You can read the textbook, you can follow along in my lectures, and then the second series, which is going to be live lectures, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 2 o'clock. I will be down in 104, and I'll be using Canvas to do an online lecture. So remember, because of the COVID, only a few of you can show up for actual lecture in person. They want the majority of you to be watching online, asynchronous, I guess they're calling it. What's the difference between the 2 lecture series? Well, as I said, the pre-recorded are going to be total textbook. Here's everything in the textbook laid out and explained. The live lectures are going to be highlights of the textbook and more in-depth examination of certain topics that are only touched on in the textbook that I think are more important. That's in the first few topics: form, function, introduction to parasitology, form and function, the ecology, evolution. And then as we get into the cestodes, the trematodes, the AP complexes, it's going to be the Monday, Wednesday, Friday lecture is going to be me picking out one parasite, and then we are going to tear it apart. Here's the life cycle. Here's the symptoms you're going to see in humans and in animals, because I know not everybody taking this class wants to go into human medicine. Some of you are wanting to go into ecology and evolution. So being able to recognize in animals the symptoms, the symptomology that you would see, the signs and the symptoms of parasite infestation could be beneficial. So that's what those Monday, Wednesday, Friday lectures are going to be. Are they going to take the full 50 minutes? Don't know. Some will, most won't. Most will be 35, 40 minutes, 10 minutes of question and answer, done for the day. I am not going to push it where every lecture has to be 50 minutes, okay? So those are the 2 lecture series you're going to have for this one course, pre-recorded, live. If you go, button down below, you will see syllabus. You will go through the syllabus. You will see that there are a series of pages that go through, explain everything. First page of the syllabus is my contact information. I'm now in 201A. My phone number for my office is extension 4399. Best way to contact me, email cwelsh@lindenwood.edu. Use Outlook. A lot of students want to sit there and send me emails through Canvas. My phone's set up to give me an alert when Outlook gets an email. The Canvas, I may check that once a day, maybe once every other day, just as I'm looking and making sure the courses are running okay. So if you need an answer, you need something quick, send an email Outlook. Better, you'll get a better result. That first page, you'll also see another link to the same textbook I am loaning you. There's also below that some links to some websites. An online textbook, microbiology and immunology textbook for university, one of the South Carolina universities, forget which one, it's their medical school, is curating their own in-house microbiology, immunology, has pretty good parasitology section there. Also a link to the CDC's parasites as well as emerging diseases page, so that way you can go to either a medical school or to the people who basically write the rules when it comes to diseases. Anything else you need to know as you scan through the pages of the syllabus? The same boilerplate stuff. You will see that all homeworks, tests, as well as papers that you'll be writing for this course will be screened by Turnitin. So remember, paraphrase, do not copy paste. I am a stickler for that. I understand a small phrase here and there that just sounds good. There's just no way you can paraphrase it or stuff. But I have had, especially with this COVID and everything online, there have been students who have tried to get away with copying and pasting entire sentences, entire paragraphs, okay? I'm a stickler for it. I catch you, I'm going to report you, okay? It's in my contract. I have no choice. You go through, you also look. There is a thing about if you have to miss a class. Since it's all online, you don't physically have to be here. I'm not so worried about excuse there. If you know you're going to be missing a deadline, I'm not going to be quite as permissive about that, because exams, while that may be listed on the 4th page of the syllabus, here's the exam date. The exam will open and you will have a 2 or 3 day window to complete the exam. So unless something happens, act of God, car accident, I suddenly got sick in the middle of it and couldn't finish, I'm not going to work very well with you when you say, oh, I have to go out of town, the day of the exam for a sports team or for a vacation. So plan ahead accordingly. 4th page, as I just stated, is the schedule. There are 4 exams, 3 during the semester, the 4th one being the final exam. They will all be online. They will all be written, okay? What you're going to find is that the exams are going to count for 50% of your final grade. 35% of your grade is going to be homeworks. There's going to be lots of homeworks. Little, hey, explain this to me. What does this mean? In your own words, define this type of. And the remaining 15% of your final grade is going to be based on a formal project. This project is going to be a written research paper. A written review paper where you're going to, I'll go into this more in depth in a couple of weeks, where you're going to be writing a review of a given species or a given genus of parasites. We will discuss more, and I'm going to allow you to pick or choose your preferred topic. I am going to give a list of, you can't choose one of these because they're going to be the ones that I'm going to be talking about, and then I'll leave it open to anything not on the list. You get to pick and choose. I'll go over more on that as we get settled into the semester. So about week 3 or so, I'll go over the formal project so that way you have the entire semester to work on it. If you look on that page 4, you'll see the schedule. It's laid out week by week. Weeks 1, 2, 3, 4 gives the date of the Monday for that week and gives you a topic for that lecture. You'll see that topic, the lecture topic listed there, coincides with the blue buttons on the home page. Each week, another blue button will open up. You can go, you can review the pre-recorded videos, as well as that's where you'll find all the information for the live. The dates are already stated. I don't remember them off the top of my head, but you can see there and you can plan ahead accordingly. Now, when it comes to the individual topic pages, you know, say like the cestodes, the cestoda, when we get to that week or weeks, when you click on the page, the blue button on the home page takes you to the cestode page. You will see that there will be a series of links as well as a series of YouTube videos that have been embedded. One of the links will be for a SWAY file. If you've ever had me for other previous courses, you know I make all my PowerPoints available. Well, instead of PowerPoints here, I've taken all the PowerPoints for the pre-recorded lectures and put them into one file, and you can just download it and print it off if you want it. And then you can watch the corresponding pre-recorded videos. I will make, you know, for that section, the live video, the live lectures, those PowerPoints, there will also be a link there, so you can download those if you want. I do believe that is everything you will need. Now, as I said, questions will arise. Undoubtedly, there will be an issue with Canvas, a link doesn't work, things like that. As I said before, send me an email, Outlook, and I will fix things as quickly as possible. Any questions? Send them to me. Stop by during my office hours, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, noon to 1, and 3 to 4. Okay? Let's have a good semester. Can't wait to meet you all.